Okay, so as you can see, we are not going to be looking at my screen. Look at my sketch, and let's proceed. So you can see that I have a odd sketch that no one understands right now, but I will make it a little more understandable. So let's start with the bookcases. The bookcases would be the dotted lines, and all of these bookcases will be put in good use, and you can still use the Dewey Decimal System with the one on the right. And the one that is closer to where Miss Miller's office is now, I will tell you a little more about later. And next we're going to start with the circles. As you can see, they're just plain circles scattered around this little top area, but those are actually our circle tables, and our circle tables are not a big use, but they're nice for a classroom area, and I like the circle tables because there's not a minimum or maximum of people who can sit there, so any range of classroom will be fine there. And on the other side, or the opposite side of the long wall, will be our other classroom. And there, as you can see, there's one more circle there, surrounded by square tables. These square tables the squares are actually square tables, which I'm sure you figured that out because of my mistake, but that's okay. And the square tables are the ones that are not colored in. And the squares that are colored in are actually our computers. And there's not going to be just 6 computers. There's going to be a few more, but that just gives you the idea. And as you can see, there's also these weird crescent moon things. And I would like to show you, there's a picture I clipped onto my sketch, and that would be the individual learning space that I would like to be those little moons. And I scattered them around the library where not many disturbance will be there, but if there is, just plug in your headphones. And something else I would like to point out to you is the long wall. The long wall has 3 lines. There is the outer rim, which is the rim of the library, and then there's the dotted line, which is our bookcases, so now you know that there's bookcases lined against the wall. But there's also this black streak, or lead streak because it's a pencil, but that is not on any of the other walls. So people might question, what is that? Well, I'll tell you. That is my teacher and I's idea, and it's going to be a steel wire, like the kind that's holding up the lights on top of the library. And I really like this idea because it goes really well with my little classroom idea. And this long wire would be it would, if you can believe it, it will be our screens for the library. And right now we have these technical screens, and I think that those are great, but they are kind of in a weird position. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to reposition them to another classroom. So yes, we're saying bye-bye to those, because I would like to put that wire in, and on that wire is this big sheet of fabric, and you can pull it around so that it can be moved anywhere. So if it's not in the position you like, pull it somewhere else. Or if you're not needing it and you want the whiteboard, pull that wire, or pull the curtain on the wire somewhere else, because you're not going to need it right now. I thought this was brilliant, so I put it in my drawing. One last thing I'd like to point out is my lounge. I told you I'd tell you a little more about that rectangle over there with the dotted line. And that is actually a really nice lounge area. Like in elementary school, I don't know about you, but I had this little library area in the back of our classroom, and it was normally a rectangle, and the walls were bookcases. So you had like this mini library inside your classroom. Well, I thought it'd be cool if we had a mini library in our library. And this would be just, I call it the library lounge, but on the inside of the wall, there would be, it's not going to be a tall wall, it's just regular bookcases. But on the inside, I would put a fluffy rug, or I thought that maybe one or two of the bean bags from the bird cage would go in this nice little library lounge. That's my vision, but maybe not yours. You can change it anytime because that's just more of a comfortable seating area. Just go ahead and put anything that we can. And that is really finishing up my idea. And I really hope you like it because I loved making it. And one very, very last thing I'd like to point out, all of this blank space. There is almost nothing on the left side of the library. I would like to tell you that I would love for anyone to go mash theirs up with mine if they don't have something on the right. You see, I thought that it would be good to have maybe more than one person's idea in the library because that's more of a classroom effort. And this made me get a bigger representative and idea. And that is really it. So I hope you guys liked it, and I am going to finish it on a big bang. Bang!